In the comments, guys, Obi-Wan says, I think Clark will go with Gunn. Scott says, I don't think Gordon or Gunn will let us down, whoever gets the nod. Both great keepers, but it'd be nice for Gordon to get the chance to finish his international career on a high. And quite simply, in the name of the wee man says, do we think Gordon will start against Haiti? I know we talked about it a wee bit last night, but what are you guys thinking?
Look, Jacko's right. It would be an unbelievable mic drop for Craig Gordon, to potentially go and finish his career at a World Cup. I mean, what a story. However, I did say last night, and maybe it doesn't count for anything, but Angus Gunn has been handed the number 1 jersey in the squad list. He played the full game against Bolivia. And also, we're talking about how good a story to be. Steve Clark does not strike me as a man where sentiment comes into his decision making.
I mean, that said, you need to have a bit of a heart of stone where Craig Gordon's concerned, given that he bulleted him out the squad before the last Euros. Craig Gordon's done the Cinderella man stuff by returning, refusing to take that blow to heart, come back, won his place back in the team, has earned his place at the World Cup. Craig, for Steve Clark, just to turn and say, aye, sit aside, big man, would you? It's almost a bit of a crushing blow, that. But
you're right, but his decision making will be cold and calculated.
What's best for the team? Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
And I don't know, Dan, I've just got a feeling, I've said it for the last, said it since the Bolivia game, I've just got a feeling now that he's going to go with Gunn. No, a bit younger, obviously a bit fresher, probably better with the ball at his feet. I agree with what Jacko said last night. I still think on their day, Craig Gordon's a better goalkeeper. If you need somebody to make that big save in a massive World Cup,
make the save that you shouldn't make.
Aye,
that's what Craig Gordon offers you.
I would still hang my hat on Craig Gordon to do that, probably more so than Angus Gunn. It's a massive decision for Steve Clark. I mean, he's got 2 or 3 huge decisions ahead of this Haiti game in the opener, but the goalie is one of them. The 2 goalies that they haven't played enough football this season, both of them you'd need to say will be pretty rusty. I know they've had these friendlies, they've now been training for a couple of weeks. Both of them will be desperate, absolutely desperate to start. We're not in a great position goalkeeper-wise in the country, are we?
No. It's a problem position.
It's a massive problem going forward. If Craig Gordon was to go and retire,
where's your 3?
Afterward, I mean, who else comes in?
Scott Bain.
Angus Gunn's at Nottingham Forest and not getting a game. I think his contract's up this summer, so he'll look to move on. I think Angus Gunn will know going to Forest was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of minutes. I think his next move, he's got to be thinking about the next Euros.
Number 1, yeah.
He's got to go and play. Go to play every week the way he was at Norwich before when he established himself in the Scotland team. So, but it's a worry. It's a worry who's coming in.
You what? See when you actually think about it, if you're Angus Gunn and you've got obviously that that target of making yourself make sure that you remain Scotland number 1. You think about Rangers just now. There's doubts over Jack Butland's future, whether or not he's the best solution in that position. And in any case, if you're Angus Gunn, you could do a lot worse than thinking, if there was a deal to be done there. If Butland was to move on, Rangers might say, well, they want this new Scottish identity. I know he's Scottish with an English accent, isn't he? But he's part of the national team. I wonder, just floating that out there, based upon nothing, it might make a bit of sense.
And on a free transfer, would that appeal to Rangers? Probably coming into the should be coming into the best years of his career as a keeper. Angus Gunn, and then potentially, as you say, the Rangers want a new kind of Scottish identity again. They would potentially have the two Scotland goalies and Angus Gunn and Liam Kelly, who's just signed a deal with them.
Celtic are probably in the market for a goalkeeper as well this summer. So there could be options there. Yeah.
See, just going back to the team, just playing the devil's advocate, we've got a lot of comments on this. Control Alt Left says Gunn has got us there. It would be really harsh to drop him now. I agree with you, Keith. I think you'd need to have a heart of stone not to give Craig Gordon some game time this World Cup. But is there a point there? If Gunn's played most of the qualifiers, he probably deserves it.
He did play most of them. He obviously started the first game of the campaign. Denmark, Copenhagen, 0-0 draw. He was really good that night. really good defensive performance for the whole team. I think I'm right in saying he played like 4 or 5 games, and then Craig Gordon came in. It was Craig Gordon that was in goal for the famous home win against Denmark. He spoke about that today in terms of the feeling he had that night. He just didn't want to let it go, and I think that was he actually said that was the big driver. That feeling he had that night was the big driver in making sure that he forced his way into the squad for the World Cup. So who deserves it? Listen, I think it's a toss of a coin.
Yeah.
Daniel, it's a 50-50 call. The manager and the goalie coach Chris Woods is looking at them every day. Chris Woods even went to Hearts training a few weeks ago to check up on Craig Gordon. So these guys will make the best decision. We're just going in kind of gut instinct, and at the minute, the number 1 jersey, the Bolivia game, I've just got a feeling he's going to go with Angus Gunn at the weekend.
Also, when Scotland played Curacao in the big send-off at Hampden, Craig Gordon started the game. I wonder if that was an indicator of the fact that he didn't play the whole 90 minutes. Angus Gunn just did play the full 90 minutes. Yeah. And at Hampden, it was Craig Gordon for an hour or so, and then Liam Kelly. So everybody got a little bit. Yeah. But I wonder if you just go on minutes played in those 2 games, 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 30 minutes, does that tell you the order? Maybe it does.
We talked about this a little bit last night as well, but Paulo is one of a few people asking about centre-back, who would start now. And Green Machine wants to know, was there anything about injuries today at the press conference? Is anyone struggling that you guys have heard? I guess they wouldn't put out there if anyone was struggling.
No, they won't. There's been a couple of players carrying knocks, and Steve Clarke hasn't confirmed the identity of those players. But I think if you look back at the weekend's game, we didn't see Lyndon Dykes on the pitch at any point. We didn't see Nathan Patterson on the pitch at any point. Mm-hmm. Was there a third one?
Scott McKenna was the only other one.
Scott McKenna. But Steve Clarke's already said that there's none of these players that are struggling so bad as it's causing any concern.